Check. Oh my goodness, it seems like every week I don't get my mic up. Then I'll reintroduce myself. I'm sure. Can you hear me now? Tell me now, Brett, can you hear me? And hello. Oh man, I thought I had it this week. I did my checks, and for some reason this mic got turned down. But you guys should be able to hear me now. But tell me if you can. My apologies, folks. Obviously, OBS is still something that I'm not good at. There's sound? Okay, there's sound. We have got sound now. Thank you guys for telling me, guys. Can hear you now, my friend. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you guys for coming up and coming into my wonderful chat. And sorry about that again. Jeez, I have something wrong every week. Last week we had a lovely extra voice, and today you didn't have me at all. Last week we had extra voices in our chat. Do you guys remember that? Ain't technology fun, says Good Real Hunting. I know. I'm not the most techie guy. I thought I actually had it this tonight, but obviously somehow my settings, I have to like reset everything every time I do it. I don't know. I almost need to do tests before my show just to make sure everything. There's no trial version this time. Thank God. I was pretty sure I had that muted this time. Anyways, how are you guys doing? Are you guys having a wonderful Friday night? It is Friday. It is middle of January-ish. And that means this is Merlo's Movie Massacre number 17. How I made it 17 episodes without totally figuring out OBS yet. I don't know. But, you know, as long as as long as you guys are having fun, and maybe not. But we'll see. We'll try to have some fun with this. I have some cool stuff to talk about today, for sure. Before we get onto our main topic of Halloween kills, because there's been a lot of talk about going around about that in the last little bit. So I just want to weigh in my thoughts a little bit. So, just watch the first 2 episodes of WandaVision. I've never heard of it, Mandy. Should I? Is it on Netflix? If it is, I'll check it out. My mic seems a little low to the ground today, so I'll just adjust that. Sorry for the extra noise. Yes, I want to share something with you guys here. A lot of cool stuff before we really get into the whole main thing. And of course, it's taking me extra long because of the whole beginning thing there. Hopefully, you guys could at least hear my music intro in the beginning. I noticed on one of my episodes that wasn't present in one of them. So you just never know what kind of mess up we're going to have. Anyways, I finally got this in the mail. I can reveal it. This is my very own Breathless Beauty doll made by Michelle Appollonia. I got it it was supposed to arrive before Christmas. Unfortunately, I think because I live in Canada and Michelle sent it from Syracuse, New York in the U.S., I have a feeling it spent some time at the border. You know, Michelle and I were messaging back and forth. She was like, "Did you ever get your little doll?" I'm like, "No, I never did." And I was, I guess it's gone forever. Well, no, it finally showed up. This is Jinx, the elf, and we love it. My daughter loves it. When this arrived, my daughter went crazy. You can go onto my Instagram and see what I posted. But and there's Michelle in the chat right now. There you go. Thank you so much, Michelle. I love it. It looks awesome. Yeah, and like I said, my daughter, Vernatza, that's her name, Vernatza, she loves it too. She loves all this kind of stuff. Believe it or not, she likes spooky-looking stuff like this. You know, it is spooky but cute at the same time. Anyway, so thank you so much. Michelle Appollonia of Breathless Beauties makes these wonderful horror dolls. And again, you know, I'm sure you guys have all seen them a million times, but let's show them all again. These are some of the other works that she does. Very, very awesome. Very, very cool stuff. I love it. And there's some of the Christmassy stuff she's done recently. Very, very cool. I love it. I love it, and I'm so happy that I finally got my doll. Well, it's more Vernatza's doll than my doll, but I love it. So thanks again. And if you guys want to check out some of her stuff, her links are in the description, guys. You can follow her on Instagram and Facebook. And if you want to get one of her awesome dolls, like she has a lot of stuff. She does a lot of stuff. I think you customize it too. Like if somebody wants a specific thing, you can customize it for them. That's pretty cool. So just give her a message. She's in the chat right now, but you might want to just send her a message over Messenger and see what she can do for you, because it's pretty awesome. Free shipping in the U.S. still too, right? Pretty awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so glad Jinx got there. Yes. I love the name Jinx. Jinx the elf. Very, very cool. And you may have seen this past week, I was on another YouTube channel, Pillar of Thriller. If you guys get a chance to check out their channel, they're a very, very new channel. I did a cool interview with those guys. It was a lot of fun. They seemed pretty interested in what we're doing with the Sawyer Massacre. So it was really a lot of fun to chat with those guys. Go check out their channel. Like I said, they're new. They need some subscribers. They need some people to support them. So go check that out, Pillar of Thriller, and check out my interview with them while you're at it. It was fun. It was fun. It wasn't a super long interview. I think it was under an hour. It was just a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. So go check out that channel. And right now, as we speak, our very own Leatherface, Scotty Parkin, he is on Jason Nike's channel, J Live. He's on there right now, chatting about movies and stuff, and the Sawyer Massacre. And he may have spilled the beans about a little announcement. I told him to, though. And I'll spill the beans here too, because you guys probably missed it already, unless you guys were on his channel. But go check out Jason Knight's channel as well. He's still on there. I think Jason does a pretty long stream. I like to keep mine just over an hour, but he does his like 2 to 3 hours. I think I was on his show once, so I know there's lots to talk about when it comes to movies. But the big announcement that Scotty made, our very own Leatherface, is that we have shot new promo footage for a brand new trailer for our next Indiegogo campaign, and it is with our actors in Texas. This is kind of the thing that I've been talking about a little bit, just saying, hey, we might have some new news here coming up, but I didn't want to jinx it. Hey, Jinx. Here's Jinx. I didn't want to jinx it because I wasn't sure if it would even happen because of all the COVID regulations. I had to jump through some hoops. Let's just say that. I wasn't sure it was even going to happen, but now I can say it because I safely have all the footage on my laptop. And I'm so happy to have it. Now I just got to edit it, get it into a new trailer. We're still going to have some of the old footage. The footage that features Nika as Allison and Scotty as Leatherface, of course. But we're also going to shoot even a little bit more new footage with Scotty. At least we plan to. We haven't done that yet. It's about scheduling and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure we'll get that done. Probably shot within the next few weeks or so, because we'll have to get it in the trailer and up in time for March 1st, which is when our next Indiegogo campaign is. Keep your eyes open for that. It's going to be an awesome campaign. Stuff is already going. All the extra perks for the get killed by Leatherface, they're already taken. I can't sell any more of those. However, there is a possibility to get the extra perk of killing as Leatherface. So you can actually be Leatherface for a couple of shots, killing a victim. That's pretty cool. So that we still have, I think, 2 of those left. 2 of those. And all kinds of other perks. You guys can pre-order them if you guys do want. If anybody is interested in pre-ordering a perk that they think might go, I wouldn't worry about stuff like t-shirts or Blu-rays or anything like that. Even though Blu-rays were the most popular perk, I can sell so many of those. Whereas extra perks are pretty limited. The screen use masks that we're going to have, those are pretty limited too. So those are the ones you probably, if you were to do a pre-order, those are the ones that you would do. But I think it's pretty awesome that we're going to have a new trailer with new footage, some of the old footage, but new footage as well. And some great acting from some of our great talent in Texas. We shot with Jordan O'Neill, who is our lead as Jimmy. Alicia Jade as Lorraine. She did a couple of great shots. And Olivia Andrade, who plays Kathleen. Josh Skurnick, who plays Bob, who is also our producer. Helped me make this happen, I should say. Big shout out to Josh Skurnick. He's a documentary guy, and he actually released a really, really cool little documentary recently. I had a chance to watch. It was really well done. And who else do we have in the trailer? Oh, Michael Vincent Barry, who's a pretty well-established actor as well in the Texas area. He just got booked for 4 different projects in this week. I'm like, whoa, talk about a working actor. Got 4 bookings in 1 week for 4 different film projects. So these guys are great. All I can say is these guys are great. I'm so happy that we got some footage for the Sawyer Massacre with these actors in it. I'm just really, really ecstatic about it. So look forward to that. A new little trailer. We're going to keep it more teaser length, I think. The last one was almost kind of cinematic length at a minute and a half long. We're going to try to keep this one under a minute. I think we should be able to, but we'll see. You never know. There might be it's one of those things when you get so many great shots, you want to use them all, But, it is what it is. Geez, I've been ignoring the chat. I got to say hi to Susie Lopez. Hi, Susie. And Degree Centigrade. Hey, good evening. Good evening to you too. Thank you for joining in. If you just tune in, tonight we're talking Halloween Kills. There has been some talk about Halloween Kills as of late, so we'll get started talking about that in just a bit. But yeah, of course, I wanted to break that news to you guys that we did shoot new footage for a new trailer, had some hoops to jump through, made it happen. And I want to thank all those actors and crew that we had in Texas helping with that, because we couldn't have made it work had these people put their effort in to make something. One of our actresses, Alicia, drove all the way from Louisiana, and Olivia drove to Austin, which is not a short drive. And Olivia as well also drove from, I think, just north of Dallas. So I think that's like a 3 or 4 hour drive just to get a few shots for the trailer. Just like that, and had their own costumes ready and everything. It was a lot to organize, but we did it, and they did it without a thought. It's like, let's do this. It's like, we're going to kill this next campaign. We're so excited to be a part of this movie. And, it was a really good shoot, even though I had to direct it from video chats and, Zoom or whatever. It was a lot of fun. So I just wanted to talk about that because I'm very, very happy about it. And next week on J Live as well, on Jason Knight's channel. Right now, Scotty's on there. Scotty, our Leatherface, he is on J Live. You can go back and forth between our channels if you want. But next Friday, going, I believe, concurrent with my show again, our lead actress, Nika Lou, is going to be on J Live as well. So you can look forward to that. Very exciting stuff. Yeah, lots of exciting stuff coming up. So without further ado, though, we should get talking about Halloween Kills, because there's so much to talk about. Now, I want to start off, though, by talking a little bit about Halloween 2018 that came out a few years ago now, I guess. A little over 2, I guess. Because I wasn't sure if they were going to make another Halloween after that. It made sense to, because it was financially successful, but it just didn't seem to me like the story was like again, they killed off Michael. How many times can you burn this guy? And it's like a repeat of Halloween 2, and he still comes back. But it got announced, and we're getting more Halloween movies. I just hope they're good. My thoughts on Halloween 2018 as a whole was kind of, there's certain things I really liked about it, and there's other things I really didn't like about it, like the humor. The humor in Halloween 2018 didn't hit me. Yeah. And some of the acting in it was not the best either. Some of the dialogue written, I don't know, I wasn't a huge fan of. Maybe I'm just old. Guys, tell me if I'm old, and maybe I need to rewatch it again. But I remember being in the theater with my wife, who's I'll be honest, not a huge horror fan. She's not a huge horror fan, but she came with me to see this movie because of the big 3 horror franchises, Halloween is the one that I actually like. Of the big 3, Halloween, Friday the 13th, and Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm okay. I like a couple of the Nightmare on Elm Street films, and I'm not a Friday the 13th guy at all, really. I mean, if I'm being totally honest, there's not much in that franchise that's for me. Most people absolutely love it. Most of my YouTube connections absolutely, that's their film, is Friday the 13th. It's not mine. Halloween would be mine from the big 3. So anyways, as far as Halloween 2018 went, something that kind of bothered me was the overuse of profanity. Like, they're doing it almost to be cool. So that was just one of the things that kind of bugged me. I thought it was a little much. It seemed like there was like every other word was an F-bomb. And, I have nothing against F-bombs. To me, they're words. But when they're done in a way that sounds like it's to be cool, I don't know. To me, it doesn't work as much. But But it was, I mean, it was okay. Like, I find that a lot of swearing works in comedies, which I guess the director is more of a comedy director anyways, but again, the comedy didn't really work for me in that movie. Uh, he did Pineapple Express though, and I dug that movie, so I don't know. It's hard, maybe, it just didn't translate well to horror. I don't know. But those were a few of the things that kind of bugged me. Some of the characters, I was like, nah, I don't really like that. Twist seemed a little bit weird. I don't know. Certain elements like that. But the biggest positive I had about Halloween 2018 was the portrayal of Michael Myers, or the Shape. I prefer to call him the Shape, but he's universally known as Michael Myers now. So I mean, it's tough for me to not call him Michael Myers. But for me, he'll always be the Shape, because at the end of the day, more than any other film, I'm a fan of the original Halloween. So when he wasn't referred to as Michael Myers in the entire film, just remember that. I think I've mentioned that before on this channel, but that is the truth. You never hear the full name of Michael Myers uttered by anyone at any time in the original Halloween film. And that alone adds a bit of mystique and ambiguity to the character. It's important to me. I think that's for that movie. That really works to not give him a name. I like not giving these people names. Even though he has one, but it's subtle. He has one, but he's the Shape or he's the Boogeyman, and I prefer to call him either of those. He was the Boogeyman. He was called the Boogeyman more so than any other name in the original Halloween. So, but the portrayal of the Boogeyman in Halloween 2018 to me was great. I loved it. I even though obviously it wasn't much Nick Castle doing it. Just I think a couple of shots or something like that. You correct me if anybody knows how many shots he was actually in the 2018 movie. Let me know. I think it was only like 2 shots or something though. I could be wrong. The vast majority of it was James Hugh Courtney, and I get it. They needed somebody that could move pretty good, I guess. That was enough in shape that could be the killer he was. So that was my biggest positive. I also really liked the score though in the 2018 movie. So when it was announced that they're going to be making 2 more, I was interested. I gotta say I was interested, even though I wasn't the biggest fan of the 2018 movie. But I thought, okay, maybe the next one will be better. Or it could be worse. I don't really care, to be honest with you. I'm interested. I don't get my expectations too high anymore. I've done that in the past, and I try not to let like my expectations for the 2018 movie weren't the highest. They were a little bit high because I saw the trailer and I saw, okay, this looks, Michael Myers is doing good, and so maybe the movie disappointed me just a little bit, but ultimately I was okay with it. But from what I heard pretty shortly after it was done and it was screened, is that this Halloween Kills could be something pretty amazing. That it sounded after screenings happened that this will be better than Halloween 2018. Because remember, there were screenings for 2018, folks. There were some screenings for 2018. I don't know how many of you guys actually remember that. Yeah, Brett says the score was awesome. Yeah, it really was. 3 guys doing it, mind you. John Carpenter's son, and some other guy. but yeah, it was awesome. It was pretty awesome. And me, I'm a music guy, so I score my own films and all that kind of stuff as well. So I know a good score when I hear one. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the screenings. Yeah, so I mean, that was one of the things that kind of lowered my expectations, I think, of of Halloween 2018. Was after screenings, a lot of people said this movie's, well, maybe didn't say it sucks, but there was a lot of reports that it wasn't that good. let's just say that. It wasn't that good. A lot of people were underwhelmed with the screenings that they did. And again, there were like focus groups or whatever. This was long before they even released the film. But, and so I imagine they did reshoots and stuff after the fact. But it wasn't very positive. Well, the screenings for Halloween Kills came out, and it was the opposite. Everybody who was in the screening said how much they loved it. So that makes me a little bit more interested. That makes me think there could be a lot. Now let's talk about the name really quickly, because I remember when the names dropped for Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. Now, and you guys share in the comments here too, what you thought of these names when they were released. Now, I'm okay with the names. I gotta admit, though, when they first dropped, I thought to myself, these are pretty on the nose, aren't they? They're like Halloween Kills, so that means a lot of people are going to get killed in this movie, and I expect that. Now, if this film has a low body count, people are going to feel ripped off. So they, the shape better tear some shit up. But that's also the good thing about the name Halloween Kills is you're going to get some serious gore and kills in this one. There's going to be some pretty righteous stuff, I imagine anyways. So you're going to be ready for that, and you can expect it, and you're probably going to get it. We're probably going to get a pretty gory, scary film. Hopefully scary. Hopefully we get that mood and atmosphere a little bit. Not meaning to quote Dave McRae, but it's so true, because that was a big part. But at the end of the day, like the original Halloween didn't have a lot of kills. It did not have a lot of kills. Halloween 2 did, though. There were a lot of kills in Halloween 2. And if you had to ask, Halloween 2 is no Halloween 1 at the end of the day. So having lots of kills does not necessarily equate a good movie. It doesn't. It could, though. It could. That's ultimately the point there. But the title, Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends feels a little on the nose. It's good and it's bad. It doesn't feel like what you would call a Halloween movie, in my books, anyways. But again, you have movies like Halloween Resurrection, and even those titles. Even it's H2O doesn't feel like it should be a Halloween film as well. So but they are, at the end of the day, they are the titles. So Halloween Kills, it felt odd and a little bit on the nose, but the more I sit with it, the more it feels okay, and we've seen some trailers now. We first had that first teaser trailer, that little one, when it got pushed back. I think that was in July or August. We got just that little teaser. I think it was either July or August when they said, okay, we're going to have to push this movie back another year. And that's another thing I want to make sure we talk about. Not yet. We'll talk about the little teaser at first. And, that was fine. They dropped that little teaser, and, it was to the point. Let it burn was the big tagline of that. Let it burn. But we didn't really get much other context other than that obviously the firemen are going to take the flames out, and Michael Myers is going to be... So we kind of got that, and that's about it, though. Mind you, that explosion at the end of 2018, I don't think anything could survive that, but not much anyways. Definitely not his clothes and his mask. I don't think any of those things could really survive it, but that's, again, it's a movie, guys. So, I have to take it. You have to take everything with a grain of salt, and you have to be like, okay, in the newer trailer, you saw the mask had some burns on it. Cool. Okay, good enough. So, It would have been a lot more than that, mind you, but that's okay. Again, you have to keep that mask mostly intact, or else it just won't work. The mask won't work if it's all melted and stuff, and all ripped to shreds. Just like in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, it's like it looks so stupid in Halloween 2, in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, not the original Halloween 2. Mind you, it looked kind of weird in the original Halloween 2 as well, even though it was the original mask. It was under Deborah Hill's mattress or something for like 2 years, and she was a heavy smoker, something like that. That's what I always hear. That was the reports I always hear. It looks kind of funny, but it is the same mask. So the movie got pushed back to this year. We should be getting the film this year. This seems to be the topic of conversation these days, is that it could get pushed again because obviously due to COVID. The state of everything right now is still bad. We have to recognize that the state of everything is still bad. So, I mean, if the movie was scheduled to release in 2 months, I think it's fair to say it would get pushed again. But it's not scheduled to release in 2 months. I think it's is it October or even November? I think it's October that that the release date is, but not sure the exact date. If anybody knows in the chat, let me know what the exact release date is supposed to be of Halloween Kills. But interested. There are a lot of people that think there's no way that this movie could get pushed back again. And you know what? You could be right. I think there's a good possibility it won't get pushed. But let's make no mistake, if things haven't changed by, say, the summer again, because that was when they pushed it back last year, was the summer. If the state of the world does not look like it's going to be in a better place, COVID numbers have to go down quite dramatically. I'm just saying. And that's going to affect my film shoot too here, guys. I mean, if we realistically cannot even go to Texas, if we can't even cross the border, I'm going to be forced to shoot my film here in Canada. It's just, there's just no way. At some point, even if we do our Indiegogo campaign and we raise enough money to shoot in Texas, well, October 15th, Mandy says, thank you so much. Yeah, I figured it was around the middle of October somewhere. Just wasn't 100% sure. Thank you for clarifying that for me. What was I talking about? Yeah, if the COVID restrictions, I'm going to say actually for this, restrictions aren't lifted, I'm going to have to shoot my film here in Canada rather than go to the States. If things haven't tempered down and the regulations aren't easier, I don't know if easier is the right word for that, but a little bit more loose by the time the summer hits, I'm going to shoot in Canada. And you can imagine the theaters aren't going to open either, and there's no way a big studio is going to roll the dice in the summer and say, well, we're going to release this movie in about 2-3 months in the theaters, and I think the theaters will be open then. It's a gamble. Why would you do that? So, I mean, as of right now, I think they definitely plan to release it October 15th, but will they? It's going to depend. I think it will depend on the state of the world. Definitely won't release it to theaters if COVID hasn't died down, if COVID hasn't gotten better, the whole situation. Again, we got a vaccine now, I guess, so I haven't been vaccinated yet, but I don't think I'm getting mine till I don't think I'm actually scheduled to get one for quite a long time. My wife is going to get one before me, and she still hasn't got hers. She's a healthcare worker, and she still hasn't got hers. So, I mean, it just depends. Now, could Halloween Kills be released on a streaming service? there's a good possibility. That would kind of suck if that was the case. But at the end of the day, maybe that's okay. Do you think the studio is gonna? It's a tough call. There's a tough call whether they release it on streaming service, because you just never know when things are going to open up again. They don't want to release it on a streaming service, whereas if they held off a little bit more, things could open up and they could release it in theaters where they're going to make so much more money back. I mean, they're not going to make the same kind of money on a streaming service as they would in the theaters. So it's from a business perspective, I think they're going to probably wait to release it in theaters. I don't know if we'll see it on the streaming service, unless the only way I could see it hitting a streaming service is if things really are not good, which would really struck. Life is a Parody. I don't think we've had you on the chat before. Great stream. Thank you for joining in. Thanks so much. And you guys all feel free to comment on this kind of stuff, because again, Halloween Kills is a big talk right now, and I would like to know what you guys think. So feel free to put your comments in now about all this stuff, and so much going on in the works now, and with this film, and everybody seems to be talking about it. So I thought I would chime in too. So I think that they could release it on a streaming service if things are as equally bad or worse than they are now. So that's like, say, this vaccine doesn't work. Maybe the vaccine is turning everybody into crazy people. I don't know. Anybody seen the Will Smith movie, I Am Legend? You never know, guys. You never know. I mean, that's probably going a little bit far, but you never know. Actually, I've never seen the Will Smith version. I only seen the old version with Vincent Price, Last Man on Earth, because it's based off the same book, I believe, though. I don't know. Somebody correct me on that if I'm wrong. I believe they're both based on the same book. Whether it's called I Am Legend or The Last Man on Earth, I'm not sure. I've never read the book. Maybe you have. I don't know. I'm not much of a reader. Hey, Jason Mike is in the chat as well. Hey, Jason, how was your chat with Mr. Scotty Parkin? Did you guys have fun? You guys were chatting up a storm all about his theater stuff and everything. I hope he was clear with everything. I was hanging out on your channel for a while. Yeah, I am okay. So life is a parody. Life is a parody. New chatter. New chatter tonight. I don't think we've ever had you on our channel before. Maybe we have. I'm not sure. Welcome to the chat either way. So it is called I Am Legend, though. The original book is called I Am Legend, which I'm not surprised. Back in those days, they did tend to call the movie something different than the book, so that makes total sense. Yeah. It's based off the book. Yeah. Same book. Awesome. Good stuff. How did we get on that again? Oh, yeah, because this whole COVID vaccine, who knows what it could turn us into zombie crazy type things. Were they zombies? They weren't really zombies, were they? They're kind of zombies, but not really. I don't know what to call them. Again, I've only seen the Vincent Price one, and that was a while ago. I think that was 1999 that I saw that. Yeah, I was just graduating high school. Yeah, I'm old. You guys can call me old. But if you guys want to tell me I look like I'm 25 or something, that is awesome too. So, I mean, the possibilities with Halloween Kills, we have to be open. I think we have to be open to every possibility. I know there's some people out there that think there's absolutely no way that this movie's getting pushed again. And there's other people out there that think the opposite, that think it's definitely getting pushed. To 2022 probably, I guess. I hope that doesn't happen. Vampire zombie things. So they're like, yeah. Oh, there's Santi is also in the chat. Thank you guys for all joining. I appreciate you guys joining it, and do remember to hit that like and subscribe button. I don't think I mentioned that at the beginning of of the chat. You're 25. Yes, I am 25. Thank you, Santi, for making it. Good to have all you guys in the chat. By the way, this is a kind of an interesting thing to talk about, this movie, because and I was watching Sean Giroux's channel, Fandom Empire, last night. Another great channel to check out. He does similar type things where he's chatting, usually with other people. I'm just chatting with you guys. And that's fine. I hope you guys are cool with that. I'm hoping I can have guests on at some point. I still have to figure out StreamYard. I just haven't had the time. Jason Nike will probably tell me it's awesome. I don't know, or maybe you don't even use StreamYard. I can't remember. The last one I was on Pillar of Thriller was actually Google Meets. I don't think I ever did a Google Meets one before, so maybe I should check that out too. I don't know, but I keep hearing that StreamYard is really good for having guests on, at least anyways. I don't know if they're compatible with OBS or if StreamYard is all its own thing. I don't know. I have to figure all this stuff out. Jason, do you use OBS? Let me know. He might not even be in the chat anymore. We're all talking about Steve being 25. Yes. Oh, man. I remember 25 like it was yesterday, though. You know what I remember when I was 25? I know I'm getting off topic. Sorry, I just bumped the mic there. Getting off topic. We got time. It's only 8:42. And there's, one thing when I was 25, I know I'm getting off here, but whatever. Is I always heard that once you hit 25, your testosterone decreases and blah blah blah. You're gonna get fat and blah blah blah. Yeah, you use StreamYard. I figured, Jason, you did. It just makes it easier. Have you ever tried Google Meets, though? Have you ever tried Google Meets? That was what, maybe, because, you know what? Maybe I got to tell these Pillar of Thriller channel to use StreamYard as well. But, I mean, our chat was fine on Google Meets. It seemed fine, but, again, I just don't know. Anyways, so I'm telling my 25 story when I was 25. I'm getting off track here, but I don't care. When I turned 25, I was so worried about getting fat. I've always been around 200 to 210. I was always around there when I was. I'm a fairly large guy. I'm 6'2". I was 6'2" and a half back then. I've actually shrunk a bit. I'm like probably just a little under 6'2" now. That's what happens when you get older, folks. But I really believed I was going to get fat, and I should probably go on this major diet. So as soon as I turned 25, I swear to God, I went on this big diet, and 2 weeks later, I couldn't believe it. I was dropped to like 180 pounds. I was like, "What the hell's happening here?" I thought I thought it was going to be tough to, lose weight, and I lost over 20 pounds in 2 weeks. I put it back on, though. So after that, I wasn't too worried about losing weight, and put the weight back on. And now I'm my age now, 40, and, I weigh a little more than I probably should. A little bit more, I'm okay with it. Anyways, getting back on track. That's my 25 story. I'm sure I look 25. I should find a picture of me when I was 25. See how different I really actually look. No, never use Google Meets, eh? Yeah, whatever. They seem to like it. The stream went okay. The thing I noticed, though, when I watched their video back, Jason, was they don't have both on the same thing. It would cut back and forth between it. It's, for me, it's cool to see both people on at the same time, the whole time, like with your channel. So maybe I'll tell them about StreamYard and see what they think. I gotta try it too, because I really should have guests on this channel at some point. It would be fun. Should have you on, Jason. Jason, you want to come on my channel? Guide me through StreamYard. How do I do it? Is it compatible with OBS, or do I have to get something totally different to do that? Anyways. No way you're 40. You look awesome, brother. Thank you so much. I try. I am a little bit chunky. I know you guys can't see me. I would get up, but I'm not wearing pants. Well, if you call them pants, I'm just playing with you guys. I'm wearing pants. It's freezing in my house. It is actually freezing in my house. we don't have the best heat in this house. I'll just say that. I'll leave it at that. Anyways, getting back to Halloween Kills here. So, you guys in the chat, you guys tell me, do you guys think it's going to actually hit that October 15th date? What are the chances? What is your over-under, whatever percentage that it actually hits October 15th? That's what I want to know. Oh, Jason, you know nothing about OBS. Okay. I thought it was pretty much standard to use OBS. I know Dave McRae used to. I don't know if he does anymore. I think he found a more efficient way or something. Probably StreamYard. I don't know. I have no idea. OBS was the first thing that came up when I started doing this live stream thing. And it was the only thing that was free, except I have that trial version voice that I have to mute. Trial version. That was hilarious. Anyways, yes, you guys in the chat, let me know. Do you think Halloween Kills hits that October 15th release date? Because I'm interested. I'm interested to know. Yeah, you do. They've already... I know. I kind of think the same thing, Mandy. I think that they will. I think they'll get to do it, but again, I do think the state of the world is going to play a factor. I'm an optimistic though, and I think that the state of the world is going to get better. I really hope it does, because I want to shoot my film in Texas, and I won't be able to do that. I have to make a decision by July 1st, pretty much, whether I'm shooting in Texas or if I'm shooting in Canada. Might even have to make a final decision before that if. I have to look at where things are going with the world. But, we're scheduled to shoot in Texas in September, mid-September. So we hope we make that. It's going to be the same thing with movies, with all the movies, whether they get shot or whether they get released. It's this COVID plays such a huge factor into everything in the movie world right now. It's a totally different landscape than it was a year ago. And we have new expenses because of that. If I go shoot in Texas right now, if I was to shoot in Texas, negating the fact that I can't even get there, and if I was to do that, I have to pay around between $350 to $450 US per day for a COVID compliance officer. We'd have to raise a lot of cheese to be able to afford that, when you add, if we were to shoot for 3 weeks to a month, that's going to add up big time. And that's, maybe I could possibly shoot our film in 2 weeks, but that's a tight sketch. But we might have to. We might not have a choice. It's just the way she goes sometimes, right? That's not going to be the kind of expense that I want to pay for. So that has to be on the table at some point. Obviously, if we raise enough money in our next Indiegogo campaign, that won't be a factor. But at the end of the day, I'd rather be giving this money to the actors and the crew than paying for a COVID compliance officer. But still, you have to be safe. You can't take this shit for granted. You can't. It's not only whether it's not only whether you're covering your ass, but the fact is people could die on your set because of COVID. Well, they won't die on your set, but they could if they contract the illness. And I've known enough people that have been affected by this. In fact, the makeup artist we have for the Sawyer Massacre that we've hired for the Sawyer Massacre in Texas, her sister died of COVID. So it really is a serious thing, and you have to take all the precautions you can. Here where I live, the COVID stuff isn't too bad. We do have some restrictions and some regulations to follow, but at the end of the day, it's not as bad as it is in the U.S. I don't think anywhere in the U.S. And I don't know. I know a lot of you guys are in the chat are from the U.S. and so many people I'm talking to from the U.S. now are just like, it's World War III down here in the it really, and it feels like it, watching from above, watching you guys, watching everything that's going on. It's interesting. I really hope everything gets sorted out down there. I really do. Sorry to go off all like that, but I mean it's just such a big factor for everything. I mean there's a real chance that there's a chance we could never be able to watch a movie in a theater again at some point, I mean, like I could see that happening, but again, a lot will depend on this vaccine, I guess. A lot will depend on it. Hopefully it's good. I'm skeptical and until I see that nobody's gone crazy. Nobody's turned into a vampire zombie. I know Lee McCoy took his vaccine shot recently from Drum Dums. So if you guys are a fan of Drum Dums' channel, he's got a pretty big channel. But if you haven't liked his channel, if you haven't subscribed, please do. He's a great guy. He did a trailer reaction to the Sawyer Massacre, so I was pretty happy that he was gracious enough to do that. But he got a vaccine just the other day, so I'm going to be watching his post to see how crazy he gets. We'll find out. He actually did post a kind of a joking post recently too. It was funny. Hey Jason, thanks for stopping by. Anyways, okay, so that's that, guys. I mean, that's kind of a big bulk of the whole Halloween Kills thing, is whether it's gonna actually hit its date. I really hope it does. I do. It is what it is, and we'll just take it one step at a time. Hopefully we see cases just go down from here on out. I really do. But at the same time, we have to not be stupid too. I heard a lot of stupid incidents. I think I mentioned one of them on my Texas Chainsaw 3D rant a couple weeks ago about Trey Songz. Anyways, you guys could go watch. If you didn't read about Trey Songz and the COVID stuff, I won't get into it, but you guys can go watch that stream if you guys want to hear more about that, because I did go into it, but I don't want to take up too much time about this. Let's talk about the last teaser that came out. I guess you could call it a teaser. Yeah, it's still a teaser. I wouldn't call it. It's not a cinematic trailer for sure. Not a theatrical trailer. Cinematic. Of course it's cinematic, but theatrical trailer. It was a teaser, but it was a teaser that gave you quite a bit. It definitely made it look like we were going to get what is expected, a movie with a lot of kills. I think it's fair to say we're definitely going to get that movie. We're going to see a lot of kills. How many kills are we going to get in this? Maybe that's another thing we can all kind of poll in the chat. How many kills do you think we're going to get in Halloween Kills? Are we going to see record-breaking numbers in Halloween Kills? Well, I mean, if I'm gonna guess, I'm gonna guess there's gonna be 20 kills in this film. 20 kills. That's a lot. Could be more. Could still be more. I'm sure there are movies that have more than that. Have to think of them though. Actually, I think wasn't it Halloween 4 that had like 30 kills in it? I don't know. And I mean all the a lot of the Friday the 13th movies do too. They have a lot of kills in them. I couldn't tell you which ones are the really, really high kill counts, but because it's been a while since I've seen a lot of them. But Jason has like the most kills of all time, though, right? So, ooh, hello Venom, another new chatter. I think I don't believe we had you in the chat either. You would want 40 kills. Okay. That's a lot. That's a lot. Would that be record breaking though? I wonder what the record is for most kills in a single film. If anybody knows, please put that in the chat. It's definitely cool. Another thing I want to mention about the teaser is that I'm glad they went back to that the bluish lighting, blue lighting, rather than the orangey lighting. I think, I get why they did it in Halloween 2018. But I think the the blue tones are just so synonymous with the original Halloween that it feels weird to not have them, I guess. But I do get why they went with those sort of orangey tones. I guess to match with a pumpkin. You know, Halloween, orange, pumpkins, I don't know. It works. Titanic. There we go. So anyways, I dig that second trailer more than the first little teaser. And here's one thing somebody also brought up about the first teaser. There was a balloon, a red balloon at some point in that teaser. Does anybody remember that red balloon? I can't remember where it was. It was on one of the social media pages, either Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Somebody said that red balloon means that Pennywise is going to show up in this movie. What are the chances now that Pennywise we're going to see a It Halloween crossover? Is that on the table, folks? Could we possibly see that It Halloween crossover? I sure as hell hope the fuck not. Because I don't want to see that ever. Please do not do that. Geez, I hope they're not gonna, but I wouldn't put it past them. Hopefully it was just a red balloon there for no reason. I don't know. That red balloon is in that teaser. So, I mean, geez, I really hope they don't do that. Let me know what you guys think. What are the odds of Pennywise showing up in Halloween Kills? What chance do we have to see Pennywise show up? I hope 0, but Maddie. Let's see what Maddie says here. I was reading on the most kills in horror films, and they're crazy high. Oh, really? So do we have a number though? What's the record for most kills in a single film? I know Jason's got the most kills at this point. I think Halloween Kills could change that, and all of a sudden we'll see Michael Myers, or the Shape, or the Boogeyman, whatever you want to call him. I like to call him the Boogeyman, actually. I don't know. I like the Shape too, but I like the Boogeyman. Oh, anyway. Hey, Joe made it to the chat. You're at the end again, though, but that's all good. No, it's all good. You missed almost everything, Joe. You missed almost everything. You missed a big announcement I made earlier about us having a new trailer, new footage for a new trailer for the Sawyer Massacre. We shot footage with our Texas actors. That's the big announcement. Is that we will have footage from Texas, shot in Texas. However, you won't see a lot of Texas in the footage. One funny thing about when we shot the footage from Texas is for like the first time in like 15, 20 years, Austin had snow. It is what it is. But the DP, Mercado that's the name of the DP we have for the shoot, and he's going to be a part of our film. He is going to shoot some extra footage of some landscape in Texas, so at least we'll have a little bit of Texas landscape in the new trailer. Anyways, so and we're just talking lots about Halloween Kills. Will Halloween Kills get pushed back? And we're talking about whether Pennywise will show up in the new Halloween Kills, because there was a red balloon in the first little teaser. Any thoughts on this from anybody on the red balloon being in the first teaser? Is that a Easter egg of possibly Pennywise showing up in Halloween Kills? Is it? I don't know. Feck, man, that blows. Hey, new trailer, that's awesome. Man, don't forget the armadillos. The armadillos. Sorry, I still pronounce it armadillos because my mother-in-law pronounces it that way. And I hear her say that all the time. Don't ask why. Anyways. So yeah, that's the thoughts. Will Pennywise show up? I hope not, but again, I could see the studio doing that. Was Blumhouse behind the whole It reboot? I think they weren't they? I don't know. That could be the difference maker. If Blumhouse made the It movies, It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2, I could see Pennywise showing up in this movie. I really don't want it to, but I could see it happening. And I know some people would love that. I don't like these shared universes and all that. I didn't like Freddy versus Jason. I don't like the idea of different killers being in different movies, different villains being in the same movie. Sorry. You know what I mean. It's not for me, but I know that there are some people that want to see that happen. There's people that want to see Jason versus Leatherface and Freddy versus Leatherface, or Chucky versus the Jigsaw. I don't know. What do you guys think? I couldn't see it. Yeah, I don't think Stephen King would allow it. You know what? You're probably right, Mandy. However, well, you're probably right. Some studios don't care, and I don't know. I mean, Stephen King was pretty adamant, like when The Lawnmower Man came out. I don't know if any of you even remember that. That was like 1991 or something like that. So I barely even remember that film. And Stephen King had nothing to do with that. It didn't approve anything, and it wasn't anything. Okay, it says I've reconnected successfully. I'm just chatting, and here I don't know. I have no idea. It looks like I'm back, but I can't tell for sure if I am. Let me know if I am back. Am I back in the chat? I really hope so. Yet I can't tell. I can't tell for sure. Okay. If I am, let me know if I am back. That tells me I'm back. I think I'm back. But for whatever reason, I'm not getting your guys' chats. So unfortunately, I won't see your chats, I don't think. Sorry. Wonder if there's another way I can look at your guys' chats. There might be. Just hold on here, because I do want to read your guys' chats if I can. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, he's back. So Mandy Cantone says he's back. Great. That's good to know. Hey, were you talking to yourself, Steve? Yes, I was. I think so. I can't tell. And I see you're back, man. Okay. How come I can't see your guys' chats through OBS. I have to do it from YouTube now. Oh, well. Technology again, but this time it wasn't my fault. It was OBS's fault. It just disconnected for some weird reason. Maybe it is time to just look at StreamYard altogether. I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's all good. I want my money back. Come on. You want your money back? You can have it all. I don't even remember what the heck I was talking about. But, we only got a few minutes left, so anyways, I'll just close with my overall expectations of Halloween Kills. I gotta say my expectations are a little bit high now. Mostly because I've seen a good teaser. Not to say that I don't think the Halloween 2018 teaser was bad, but I felt like it wasn't as good as the last teaser we just saw for Halloween Kills. It didn't get my I think it showed too much Michael Myers in that trailer for Halloween 2018. And I think it just, there were some cheesy moments too, and it was, so my expectations are a little higher because I've seen better stuff, in my opinion, for Halloween Kills. That's just my overall thoughts. Again, let me know what you guys think. And again, I think that you got to take into account that the people that screened it, the focus group, if you may, had better. They had better results with that, with the Halloween Kills. So I think that means a lot too. I you got to take it with consideration. Yeah, sure, some people's opinions are going to be different than others, but the vast majority of people that go see these things are, are the right audience for the most part, are the people that are going to actually like it. Anyways, way to stick it. That's dedication. Well, I want to be there for you guys, as best I can, even if it's just for a few more minutes. I don't know why I did that. OBS has never quite done that before. It did. I think one time my internet just went out for like 2 seconds and then it was back. So, anyways, my expectations for Halloween Kills are fairly high, but I'm trying to temper them just a little bit because I'm not expecting this movie to be as good as the original Halloween or any of the first 4 Halloweens. I don't think it'll match any of those films. In my opinion, it probably won't. It'd be cool if I thought it was, boy, geez, almost as good as, right there with Halloween 4 or something, that I would love for it to have those kinds of expectations for me. If it was that good, that would be awesome. I would totally dig it if I could compare this to Halloween 4, because I do love Halloween 4. But will it be that good? I hope so. It could be that good. It could be at that level. I don't think it could be as good as the original Halloween. I definitely never gonna think that. And again, just gonna try. It could be just as good as Halloween 2018, which a lot of people loved the movie, by the way. A lot of people love Halloween 2018. I don't love it. It was kind of meh for me. I was okay with it. It was watchable. It was better than the Rob Zombie films for me. So, and better than Resurrection, and I would say it was better than H2O. I didn't really like it. A lot of people like H2O though. I don't really care much for H2O. So I mean, it is what it is. I'm excited for it. It's one of my most anticipated films for this year for sure. So that's my expectations. I think it'll be great. I hope it'll be great, or at least good. And I'm gonna enjoy. Hopefully, get to enjoy seeing it in the theater. Let's hope that happens. Let's pray for good theaters. I guess that's all we can do. I guess So, anyways, I think most of you guys took off anyways because I just disappeared, and that's okay. I understand. I was gone. I couldn't get OBS to get back. It took me a few minutes for whatever reason. I was going through the settings and everything, like, what's going on here? Anyways, got it reconnected, though. Figured it out. I don't know why I did that, though. Anyways, so I'll leave it at that. I'll see what you guys are saying in the chat quickly before we go. Joe from Fangoria Faithful says, I look at it as they're still making these movies for people who appreciate them, good or bad, so I guess we'll see. Yeah. I'm glad they're making it, I'm glad that it's being made, and it sounds like it's going to be a good one, guys. So, I mean, that's all I can say. Joe says, good one, Mandy. Maybe it's a sign Jamie will pop up. What did I miss? Oh, Mandy's okay earlier. I think the red balloon is for Jamie Lloyd. Aha! The little girl that's a clown in Halloween 4. Another, I think, is it Phantom Empire? Sean Giroux's making a Halloween 4 sequel, or is he making the Halloween H2O sequel? Or I don't know. I'm getting mixed up on all these people that are making different fan films. He's making a sequel to one of the Halloween sequels, anyways. It's either he's either making a fan sequel to H2O or Halloween 4, which I think a proper sequel to Halloween 4 is. That's what I hope. I'm hoping for is a good sequel to Halloween 4. So many Halloween fan films, and actually some of them are pretty good. Some of the ones I've seen are pretty good. Not all of them. There's some ones I'm like, okay, whatever. But some of these Halloween fan films are actually pretty good. Pretty up there. Better than a lot of the Chainsaw fan films we've had. Some of the Chainsaw fan films I've seen on YouTube is like, my 4-year-old daughter could have made a better movie, but that's okay. Texas Chainsaw Massacre isn't considered as big a franchise as those, so I guess that's why we see more of those. I hope our film will inspire others to do so. Anyways, guys, I think that'll do it for me. Yeah, it is like 9:16 now, so that'll do it for me. You guys have been awesome. Sorry about the hiccups tonight and last week with the trial version. And you guys just please still make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next Friday for another awesome video. And maybe before then, I'll get my first other type of content out there as well. So check for that as well. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.